It is me, Pearl, from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned in Pearl, and we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy inside of self, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment, and if we want to see change, we do need to shift and change the energy within us, and hopefully my readings help you to do just that. It is time to do the general week ahead reading, and that is what we are going to focus on today. Before I do that, let me just give you two announcements. Number one, please consider attending the Wednesday night discussion group of the Society for the Study of the Intuitive Arts and Sciences. We are currently reading the Egyptian Book of the Dead, and we actually are going to touch on Plutarch a little bit this week as well, on Isis and Osiris. And if you want to know more about that, you can go to the playlist called The Origins of the Twin Flame Myth. I have about 4 little classes about this text if you want to be a little bit more prepared. Otherwise, just come with your thinking caps on. You don't have to have read anything to enjoy the discussion. We are mainly just talking about what I'm finding and what others who are reading the book are finding in the text, how we feel about it, what we think of it, and anything else about the esoteric, I guess, religion, science, quantum field, anything that you want to talk about that's like fringy. That's what our interests are, and we'd be happy to have you join us. It's a free Zoom call. There's always a link at tunedintarot.com. As you scroll down, there's like a picture of the Egyptian scene from the Papyrus of Ani, and if you click on that, the updated link will be available on Wednesday. It's 10:30 p.m. EST, and we usually take an hour. Some of us stick around for 2 hours, but for sure, if that's late for you, the first hour you'll get all the information about the text that we're talking about, and then we usually just kind of go off on a tangent, but we'll be very excited to have you join us Wednesday, so please consider doing that. Also, if you are interested in getting a reading, you can get 25% off using the code EGYPT25. That's all caps, EGYPT25, on the video recorded readings at the link in my profile. You can also take 30% off of the Intuitive Guidance Call package, which is 2 calls for the price of 1 already, plus an additional 30% off if you use the code PRAYER, PRAYER 30. And that is available right now for limited time. So if you're interested in working with me, please go and check that out. Otherwise, you can send donations, which I would greatly appreciate, or study music with me. There's a place you can all look at that too. If you're a voice, piano, or music production enthusiast and you'd like to work with me, I also teach that because I'm Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers, like I said. And that's actually, I lied, there's 3 announcements. That's the biggest announcement I have, is that my EP just came out on Friday. It is truly exceptional. I really, really would love for you to hear it. So other than liking, subscribing, clicking the notifications, and doing all the things that helps this channel to grow, I would really love for you to hop over to that tunedintarot.com, scroll to where you see it's actually right at the top, my Playthings EP. Click there and you'll see the main streaming services that you can listen to my music on, but of course we're on all of the services, so go check me out. I wrote, recorded, performed, and produced that record. Yes, that is me singing. Thank me later. It's an awesome record. Okay, let's look at the general week ahead energy and see what is coming. For the divine masculine overall energy this week, we have the 3 of Cups. Remember, when I talk about masculine energy, I'm talking about Shiva, the energy of the material, the mind, the mental, the manifested. And when we talk about the feminine energy, here with this Judgment card, we are talking about Shakti, the internal, the energy of creativity, emotion, receptivity, etc. And that is what I mean when I'm talking about these energies. You can apply this to a connection or a relationship if you so desire, just knowing that the reason you're experiencing these things in the external of your relationship is because this is actually what's going on within you. And if you can understand these messages as they are about you, you can shift your own energy and then change the experiences you're having externally. It is not easy. It is not for the faint of heart. And that's why I have an intuitive guidance call package if you need help with that, or video recorded readings. because it does actually take support. I haven't been able to do any of the things I've accomplished on my own. That's one thing I've learned about privileged people. They do not try to do things by themselves. They rely on people with expertise. So keep that in mind if you're trying to go it alone on your twin flame journey or whatever journey you're on. It's probably better for you to work with someone who has been through what you've gone through or can at least point you in the right direction. All right, let's take a look now. Divine masculine energy. We have Three of Cups, which is all about reunions and celebration, having fun, not taking things too seriously. We've got a big piece of lasagna here, which is actually giving me the feeling of being full and being satiated and being satisfied. And it's for that reason that I'm not right now associating this card with any kind of like third-party energy or, you know, things like little frivolous side quests. No, this is like the real, this is the pasta tarot, and this is a very fulfilling and everything you need kind of an item. So for that reason, I'm really associating this with reuniting and celebrating and finally feeling all filled up. For the feminine energy of the Judgment card, I'm also getting a sense of reconciliation and forgiveness and salvation that comes from the Judgment card. Now, in a different time in my life, as a reader who was reading through the filter of my ego, I could easily have turned this story into, oh, the masculine is focused on a third-party energy and the feminine is judging him for it. If that sounds more like what you are used to hearing and more what like you're used to experiencing in your relationship, it could indicate that you're either at an earlier stage in your journey or you've been going to all the wrong readers and you're finally in the right place where you're getting messages that are going to help propel you towards the direction you want to go instead of having you focus on what you don't want. Because in all actuality, because time is really an illusion, both things are true. And if you choose to focus on the thing you don't want, that is going to be true for you. If you focus on what you do want, that is going to be true for you. There's really no way around that if you believe at all in the quantum field, which I do. So what I'm seeing is reconciliation, reunion, coming back together, someone asking for forgiveness. Now, they might have been asking for forgiveness for being frivolous, being unserious, like not really being serious about a relationship or a connection, focusing on third-party energy and feeling judged by themselves emotionally for neglecting the feminine energy and kind of focusing on their own selfish needs. Regardless, if this person is coming back, that's what they're going to ask you about. They're going to ask your forgiveness for how they acted in the past. But the forgiveness that you give, the reconciliation that you have, that results in this really fulfilling celebration. So again, both things can be true. Underlying this energy, and another reason why I feel those positive vibes this week, is the Queen of Lunga, or the Queen of Swords, in the Pasta Tarot, and in the Rider-Smith-Waite deck we have the Ten of Cups. So for the masculine energy, this is a little bit of intimidation about how the feminine might appear, whether she is a little cold or detached when he approaches, but I get a sense that he feels that she will be fair, and that she will have discernment, and that she will see clearly that his intentions have been about what this is here, which is underlying the feminine energy, this energy of joy and fulfillment. Remember, we have this fulfilling or filling pasta here of the lasagna meal, and there's like this full meal that this divine masculine has been trying to plan or strategize in regards to his situation. So that's the overall energy of that you could be associating with a relationship or a connection. Now, if this is just in your life, this is you being really fulfilled by whatever you're doing and having fun. Right now, I am making content about the Egyptian Book of the Dead and history, and I'm having a lot of fun. And in a way, I feel like I'm reconciling all of the different parts of myself that seem to have to be separate, and now I can kind of bring them all together. My music, my tarot, my interests in history and art, and like the fringy things that I've always been interested in, the paranormal, etc. So I have found a way through really having a plan or strategy, or coming up with a plan or strategy, to allow me to feel fulfilled this week and have everything, honestly, I desire in my life. So let's see what we're carrying in from last week. For the divine masculine energy, we're seeing this Temperance card, which is a card of alchemy, a card of taking something that's not so great, mixing it with some stuff that's good, and kind of finally getting this concoction that really works for you. It takes time, it takes patience, and it really brings you peace and calm once you finally arrived. So I am seeing here a feminine energy. This is sometimes representing the Archangel Raphael, but because I'm just seeing this feminine energy who's pouring coffee into this little, or probably espresso actually, because it's Italian, into our little espresso cup here, I'm seeing somebody who is awakened, who's shared this awakening with the masculine, and has shown actually a lot of self-control and patience with this healing that both masculine and feminine energy have gone through. The feminine here is bringing in the 10 of Wands, or I'm sorry, the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. And that's a 9 and a 10, which is giving completion energy. And this is being very exhausted, having had a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of anxiety, a lot of thoughts about the past, about the future, feeling wounded, isolating yourself, kind of hiding away. And we're seeing an ending that is happening. I'm also seeing that the feminine has been perceiving the masculine to be hiding from her, isolating himself, being victimized, wounded. It's caused her a lot of stress, actually. So it's interesting that the feminine is perceived by masculine energy to be healed and contented, peaceful, patient. But really what has been going on for her has been quite painful, quite anxiety producing. It has not been an easy thing for her. But it is true that she has come to some kind of a completion energy. We have the 10 of Cups for her too. And it's funny because two angels, with the Temperance angel and the angel that comes from the Judgment card, it's just giving higher level lessons and protected energy. In the current energy for the week, for the divine masculine, we are seeing the 2 of Wands here, the 2 of Quarta, the 2 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. So there's the 9 to the 10. So now we have the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Cups. All we need now is the 10 of Pentacles, and we'll have all of them here appearing in this reading. But that completion energy that we were feeling from last week, we're seeing now the masculine experiencing it here. This is him feeling overburdened by what he has been waiting for. I'm seeing this pasa here. It's all twisted. Like I'm getting a sense of him being all twisted up inside. And really, really, really craving the ability to just put this down, put this burden down. It's made him stronger. Like he's definitely stronger from having carried this burden, but he wants to no longer carry this by himself. He's asked for a connection, a soulmate connection, something, a partnership, the ability to have someone share the load of whatever it is he's been trying to alchemize or create. And so we see this week finally an agreement to work with someone else, or to allow someone else to come in and share this burden that he's experienced. The feminine energy currently, 7 of Pentacles. So we definitely are getting a theme of patience, of having to be patient the last however long it's been. But this is taking care of yourself. This is a garden that you're tending to. And because you have done that, you have a lot to show for it. You have a lot that is ready to be harvested. This is also the energy of the fall, which my nails are just bringing in, and I love it so much. This is so good. I'm on week 2, and I've been thinking, because I do probably Saturday I'll change the color, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? This has been like my favorite set that I've done so far, and I don't know yet, but it'll be cool. Whatever I do, I know it will. So there's that energy of harvest season. And it's interesting because in that bag that we have coming here in the 10 of Wands, it's almost like everything that's ready to be harvested finally being put down, or allowing someone to harvest something with you and share in the abundance with you. So that's what we're seeing there. And then the final cards, we have the Magician in reverse, and we're seeing the cook in her kitchen here, and she is using all the tools that she has to be able to create this pasta. And underlying that, for the Divine Feminine, we have the card of reciprocity, the 6 of Pentacles. And this is a really beautiful energy, because for me, what this is showing is the masculine recognizing the feminine has not been able to do anything on her own. That the feminine has had to rely on the divine, something higher than herself. And he is no longer wanting to be perceived as manipulative or be manipulated by anyone. And there is an empowering energy that comes from finally rejecting someone else's manipulation, or rejecting a desire that the only reason you would need to be manipulative is because you would feel that you would need to do something to cause somebody to like give you the time of day, or focus on you, or pay attention to you, or help you create something, or do something you want to do. And if you recognize that you don't have to manipulate, that people want to be there, that they want to help you, that they want to be a part of what you're doing, that's a truly empowering feeling. That's feeling you have a worthiness that means you no longer need to try to manipulate that energy. There could be an element here of feeling slightly disempowered because of the dynamic that has existed, where the feminine energy has really given a lot, but the masculine energy has kind of only breadcrumbed. And that can be sort of a disempowering feeling, and needing to turn things around, needing to, take this dynamic which has been upside down and really create more reciprocity here. In terms of career or finance, what I'm seeing is what you've had a lot of anxiety before with the burdens that you've carried. You've done a good job being patient with yourself, being compassionate with yourself, allowing yourself to heal, understanding you can't do everything by yourself, investing your time and energy wisely, no longer feeling like you need to do this on your own, and allowing the divine to give back to you in this reciprocal way, actually giving back the energy in a positive way. The spirit animal that wants to work with you this week is Peacock Spirit, and it says, let it shine. It's number 46. It is the protection message for this card. And it says, are you aware of, oh no, that's Parrot Spirit. Are you afraid of dancing with abandon because of what others might think? Do you think you may be punished if you shine too brightly? Have you been conditioned to expect to be hurt if you show yourself fully to the world? Maybe not everyone will celebrate your beautiful radiance when you shine. That is okay. Peacock Spirit is here to remind you that while others may resist celebrating the beauty within them, although they may contract while you expand and shake your tail feathers, smile and keep dancing anyway. Model the good fortune and abundant joy that is yours, and soon someone will say, me too, and join you. Spirit loves you so much and wants you to enjoy the dance and shine your light. And enjoying the dance and shining your light And not being too harsh or critical or judging yourself or making yourself small really goes well with that Three of Cups and the Judgment card that came through for this week. You are getting the West message here with in Chouette, or the owl. It says purge. I don't know why I said that in French. And I opened right to it. There might be something about French that's important for you. I have no idea why I said that in French. Whatever it is that has been eating away at you, it is now time to get it off your chest. Spit it out and say what you feel. You have a voice, so use it. Problems cannot be solved if nobody is aware of them. If you are in a bad relationship, get out. Make the necessary preparation by telling a close ally. You will get their support and you will find the courage to make your move. If work is the issue, speak to your boss and give them the opportunity to correct things. If they can't or won't, you can always seek out what it is you really need to be doing with your life elsewhere. If you have been living by another's rules, religious beliefs, or ways that are not for you, now is the time to explain why you will no longer abide. The people who matter and really care will not punish you for being true to yourself, but they will support you in making the changes you need. The spiritual warrior of West now leads the way to help identify, dismantle, and destroy all the habits and beliefs that no longer serve a positive purpose in your world. In Native American traditions and the old ways of the Europeans and Scandinavians, the West represents the source of great personal power and opportunity for transformational change. Associated with the element of water and the season of autumn, West brings an uprising and a purge. Determine who is a true friend. Weigh up pros and cons before making a commitment. Someone is sad to have lost your friendship. A relationship is being healed. Decide where your loyalties lie. Be integral to all you do. Be truthful, consistent, and assertive. Be you. The West speaks and says, remove all which serves you no longer. Let cleansing waters make you stronger. Clear of mind, body, and soul. Now I have room to make you whole. I'm noticing a lot of blue and green coming out in these oracle cards too. And that is heart and throat chakra that is being activated. This card says, don't let anyone tell you that forgiveness isn't practical on the level form. It can make all the difference in the world. And speaking your truth is again coming forward with this blue. And this card of reconciliation is kind of being hammered again. You, in this reunion, you may be tempted to judge this other person's behaviors. You may be tempted to be critical, be harsh. You've certainly endured a lot, and you may feel frustrated, but you're being encouraged by the angelic energy that's present in this reading to be forgiving. Remember, forgiveness is never for the other person, it's for you. You're the one who carries the burden of holding on to a grudge. The other person is really not affected by that as much as you are. So keep that in mind in this reunion energy for this week. The final card that's coming out from my Thoth Tarot, which I have been using primarily because it is associated with the Egyptian symbology that I am really been into lately because of the Egyptian Book of the Dead that we have been reading together. I am going to use thothreadings.com to give you this Princess of Cups, which is similar to the Page of Cups energy. And we are going to read this energy for you. Okay, so the Princess of Cups represents the earth in the waters, an island floating in the groundless seas. She is far from her father's flames and her mother's depth, and she lacks the researching spirit of her brother. She is of endless tenderness, kindness, and lovingness, living on her isle of romance and joy. The princess can be so fertile and rich. Artistically inclined talents can be detected and supported. Medial abilities can rise, and deeper insights can be gained. Look for new ideas or opportunity has come to you out of the blue. Your creative energy is flowing, and now the question is, how will you express it? Will you snap up this new idea and turn it into something, or will you let someone else bring it to fruition? It is up to you. Spend time exploring the idea to see if you want to move forward. On the dark side, the island can turn out to be a castle made of sand, sinking in the seas of irrationality and daydreaming. The Princess of Cups, unwilling to leave her realm outside the common world, may sink with it, and at its worst might seduce others to follow her. The Princess of Cups is a dreamer, and in the Thoth deck we see her dancing her dreams into manifestation, thus revealing one of her more secret aspects. This card represents the earthly part of water and where dreams can become reality. The push and shove of daily life, the pain, the sadness, and the suffering can all make us afraid to dream, to wish, to hope. And often we lose sight of the fact that if we do not dream our dreams, we shall have no dreams come true. In our darkest moments, if we can only, even for a single second, dream of golden, shiny, happy days of contentment and a sense of safety in our lives, and then we give the Princess of Cups something to dance into reality for us. It is a desperately hard thing to do just for a second, open our hearts to hope sometimes, but it is essential too. But if we cease to dream, then our dreams cannot emerge, for they do not exist. If we relinquish hope, then hopeful things will not happen in our lives. If we surrender optimism, then we can guarantee we shall never ever have anything to be optimistic about. The drive of this card is the exploring of the inner worlds. The light is intuition, sensibility, tenderness, fantasy, dreamy imagination. The shadow is faking, abusive feelings, selfish, luxurious, deviation, a flatterer. If this card is reversed, you may feel called to pursue a new creative project, but you doubt whether you can really make it work. Your inner critic may be on overdrive, or others are telling you that you're dreaming, so you're stalling and holding back. The keywords of this card are earthly aspect of water, emotional freedom, overcoming jealousy, and self-confidence. The advice here is to trust your feelings and values. You are on the right track. The questions are, is there anything else that prevents you from being completely free? Now is the time to go beyond that. The suggestion is, imagine being surrounded by water and dancing the salvation and freedom with light, floating movements. The revelation is, the more I love myself, the more I can share with others. And the affirmation is, glory and grace manifest through my life. It's a beautiful card. I'm going to pair these two cards together and do a 2-part reading for my subscribers at passes.com/pearlsprayers. You can follow the link below to be able to access all of my extended content, PDFs that are helpful for the exploration of the Egyptian Book of the Dead, and more. And if you subscribe, you will also receive a free month to test it out before you commit. Thank you so very much for being here with me today. I'm so happy to still be bringing you these messages and my music and my new educational content and finding a way to make it all work, even if it's not quite on my schedule. Oh, and also I actually have been working on a modified content creators planner that is going to be just a normal daily planner with a calendar, monthly goals, etc. And then also a content planner for you, for those of you that are content creators and want to have a little bit more consistency and clarity with the messages that you're bringing through, to see if you can be more effective. I've been using the caption templates, and that has been helping me make much better captions. And I am noticing an increase in people viewing and following me, which I want to welcome anyone new. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you all this week. I will be doing the second class about the Egyptian Book of the Dead on Wednesday. There will be the Friday love reading on Friday, of course, and look to the extended content this week at some point, probably tomorrow. I will be getting to this special reading that answers the questions that have come out in the love reading and in this week's week ahead energy for you all. Thanks again, and have a gorgeous day.